Limpopo Department of Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure, and its implementing agency, that's the Roads Agency Limpopo. They're celebrating some successes in the development of about 18 road projects in the current financial year. The agency looks forward to the construction, it says, of the Khamalikane steel bridge in the coming months, and that's in partnership with 8 mining companies operating in the area. So let's get a sense of what this project entails. We're joined this morning by Gabriel Maluleke, who is the Roads Agency Limpopo CEO. Gabriel, good morning. Great to see you. This seems like an incredibly exciting proposition for your area. Tell us more about the Khamalikane steel bridge.
Yeah, good morning to yourself and to the viewers at home. This is indeed a very exciting project for the Roads Agency Limpopo as well as the Department of Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure in the province. In that, in partnership with the private sector, made up of 8 mining companies, we launched the project last week to build a bridge that is valued at the estimated value of which is about 127 million in the Steelport area to replace an old bridge that was built in the 1928, which is a 1-lane bridge. And this particular project is in line with the commitments of the mines in terms of their social and labor plans for the purpose of their, as that is a requirement in terms of their mining permits in the area. Mm-hmm. As you know, the area around the Steelport and Begersford, it's a mining area that is characterized by mainly chrome, which is one of the biggest exports at the moment from the Limpopo province. And the mines have seen it fit to really invest in the more than 90%, 95% of the investment comes from these mining houses. And we are very grateful as an implementing agency and also the government of Limpopo province that this type of investment comes at the right time when the much needed infrastructure in the province that is very important in terms of the catalytic role for post-COVID recovery in the area.
So, Gabriel, I understand Roads Agency Limpopo has completed 18 roads projects in the province. That's in the current financial year. If you can give us a sense of the kind of need insofar as proper road infrastructure is concerned, so we have a comparison between these 18 roads projects that have been completed and what the actual need is.
Yeah, the need is quite large in the province in that the Roads Agency Limpopo is responsible for 21,000 kilometers of road network in the province, and out of that 21,000, about 6,200 of those roads are currently tarred. So, which means that we've got a backlog in terms of tar roads of about 13,000 kilometers. Wow. And with very limited funding on an annual basis, or in terms of the roads infrastructure. So you can see the need that there's still have quite a long way to go. Mm-hmm. And the province is mainly rural. Limpopo is a vastly rural province, and that requires connectivity between various towns and cities within the province. But mainly of importance as well is that the rural establishments that you have in the province, they need access to things like social facilities like your hospitals, your schools and all that. In certain areas, when it rains, the communities are cut off completely. So there is a need to build bridges, there is a need to build new roads, drivable roads, whether they are gravel or tar, but people need accessibility. So we are working very hard with the limited resources as an entity at the moment to ensure that we connect as many of our people as possible. The target was set many years ago in that the decision was taken by the province that no community should be away more than 10 kilometers away from the main road or a tar road. So we have not reached that yet, but we're working very hard in terms of ensuring that we get to that. But regarding the projects that we have completed also, we have embarked quite a lot in terms of ensuring that the old roads, you know, the issue of the potholes that is happening throughout the country. And in our province, led by the MEC for Public Works, Roads and Infrastructure, MEC Rakwale, we have embarked on a fight against the potholes in terms of eradicating the potholes. So a lot of our projects last year, about 60% of our projects went towards rehabilitating the roads that have been damaged. 2 years ago, in 2021, we had the cyclone Eloise in the province, damaged quite a number of our roads to the tune of about, I think the damage that was estimated at about 8.6 billion at that time. So we are working towards that. And at the moment, you've heard about the possibility of Cyclone Freddy at the moment that might hit the province. So we are hoping that it's not going to happen at that scale. But if it does, then it sets you back again in terms of the process that we are trying to do to eradicate the backlog in terms of the road infrastructure. But we have had some serious successes. At the moment, we are running about 198 projects in all the 5 districts of the province.
And I imagine, you mentioned the weather and how it's impacted the work of your agency, and that's an ongoing challenge.
Yes, it's definitely an ongoing challenge. But as I said, the plans are in place. And one of the strategies that we've adopted in the province is that we are, as much as we can, we try to partner with the private sector. As the example of which I've given earlier of the Khamalikane bridge there that we're going to do around the Steelport area. It's not only in Sekhukhune where we are doing the bridge, but also in Waterberg. There are platinum mines that have come in the past where we worked together to build some roads where they invested the private sector, especially the mining sector.
Yeah.
They've invested in the projects to ensure that we improve the road network. The mining industry is quite a key industry in the province, followed by agriculture and tourism. So for people to reach their tourist destinations, which are among the best in the country, they need proper roads to get there. Yeah. And it is our responsibility to ensure that we get those roads proper in order. But also the exports. Limpopo is one of the biggest exporters of avocados and tomatoes, if you're aware, in the province. And they export them internationally. So for those produce to get to the port, the roads must be in order. Otherwise, people lose half of their produce. So we work also with the players in those industries to work together, to join it together, to make sure that we've got projects that will ensure that the road network is proper and is drivable and it brings economic benefit to the communities.
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely essential for people to be able to get to work, get to school, access healthcare, access food. Road network is absolutely imperative to doing just that. Gabriel Maluleke, let me thank you for your time this morning. He is the Roads Agency Limpopo CEO. 21,000 kilometers of road network. That's what the province is sitting with. And only 6,200 kilometers of that network is tarred. Really